Hi everybody, welcome to Vampires Don't Sleep, the podcast. I am your host, Kay, and today, the official first episode of this podcast is being recorded, and I'm officially starting this channel. My hair is I don't even know what it's doing. It's being crazy. But I am so excited to be starting this channel. Sorry, it's gonna be bugging me the whole time. I'm so excited to be starting this channel and starting these podcasts. I am gonna hopefully have an actual set, scheduled posting time, but for this first podcast, I don't even know when I'm gonna post it today. I recorded the whole thing last night, was gonna post it last night and just, be ready. I had it ready to post, and then I changed the name a little bit. It was Vamps Don't Sleep, but then I asked some of my followers what they liked. I got one person that said Twilight Talk would be a good idea, and then everyone else said Vampires Don't Sleep. So here we are, Vampires Don't Sleep, the podcast, official name. So I woke up, I'm gonna film this, and I guess we'll see when it gets posted. So I apologize for the weird time it being posted. I will hopefully actually have a set scheduled time for the future. So, like I said, this podcast is called Vampires Don't Sleep. Kind of where that comes from. I also wanted to do forever, they always say forever in the movies, oh, I love you forever, that kind of thing. But what is going on? But everyone Vampires Don't Sleep. So if you're not familiar where that's from, in the first movie, when Bella goes to the Collins house for the first time, she goes into Edward's bedroom and says, "No bed," and what is happening? I'm sorry, guys. This is, bugging me so badly. And he says, I think he says, "I don't sleep." And then in the Breaking Dawn Part 1, or Breaking Dawn Part 2, when they get their little house, they go to the house and, look at everything, and Bella says, they go in their bedroom and see a bed, and Bella's like, "Vampires don't sleep." I don't know why I thought about that as a name, but it's here. And yeah, I'm so sorry about my hair. I don't know what's happening. I know that no one cares about my hair, but I do. But anyways, so I am obviously starting this podcast off with a video podcast, a visual podcast, if you will. But if you guys would rather it just be an audio, an auditorial podcast, let me know what you guys like better. I'm fine with either one. I wish it was an audio podcast right now because my hair is being crazy. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started before I start getting frustrated with my hair. So I had you guys on my TikTok. My TikTok handle is at twilight.obsesh. I had you guys ask me questions, and I'm going to answer them. Every week I will have a different topic of talking about. Also, I don't know if you can hear my air conditioning. I apologize if that's annoying. But I will have a different topic. I want to do 5 different podcasts about each movie. I thought that'd be cool. Do one about just the characters and stuff like that. So I think that'd be cool, but I don't know. Let me know if there's any topics or anything that you guys want me to cover or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get started with the first question, if I can stop playing with my hair. So the first question, I also wrote down the usernames and the question, so I can give you guys little shout outs. The first question comes from, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just gonna spell it, AYBIKEV1, and they said, "Do you have a character you dislike but everyone loves?" Not currently. I think I dislike all the same characters that everyone else dislikes, and I like the same characters that everyone else likes, but I will let you guys in on a little secret. It's a little top secret, so just keep it between us. And also, don't come at me for this one because it was a while ago. When I was younger and I watched the series, I don't think I liked Jasper. It's not that I didn't like him, honestly. It's just I thought he was annoying. That's bad, but sorry. I don't know if I should look at myself or the camera. So, but I didn't like him. I thought he was annoying, and just like Jessica said, he looks like he's in pain, and I was like, he's just kind of there. But obviously my views have changed and love Jasper now, so yeah. Jay.GG said, "If you could be in any Twilight movie, which one and why?" If I could be in any Twilight movie, I think I would be in the first one. I think that's a solid answer. I think, sorry, I'm like holding the microphone and I keep moving it around. I think the first one was a lot simpler and like more innocent, whereas like the other ones were a lot like darker, I guess, in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think the first one was a lot more innocent and simple. What is going on? And I just think I would rather be a part of that than like the fighting stuff, even though that'd be pretty cool. But I think I'm taking this question into account as like the movies don't change, the plot line doesn't change, it's just I'm being put in the movie. I don't take anyone's place either. Like, I'm not suddenly like I'm not Bella, like taking Bella's place. So I'm just gonna be like I'm a background character type. I don't know. That's how I'm taking that question. I guess Breaking Down Part 1 could be fun too, like go to the wedding and stuff. So I don't know. The next question is from Madison Wilson 15, and they said, what character relates to you the most? I think Bella, and the only reason why is because, I'm sorry, this is gonna be annoying me, so sorry that I keep messing with my hair. I think because, why is this doing this? She never gave up on what she wanted. Like, she, like, was so determined throughout the whole movie, not just for Edward, but when she wanted to be a vampire, she never gave up on it. No matter, like, what anyone told her, she continued to stay with it. Even though everyone was trying to protect her and her, like, life, she didn't care. And I love that. And I think I do that same thing. I stick to what I want, I think, no matter what anyone tells me, and I go through with it. That's, like, the only thing I think that I can, like, think of that I relate to Bella. I guess fighting, if you really love someone, like, fighting for them. Yeah, I guess I do that too. The next question is from ._Isabel.xl, and they said, which character do you wish you had their style? Again, I think Bella. I think Bella is, her style was so good. It is so good. Like, I think, I love her style. I think everyone does, but I love it. It's so good. Yeah. Also, speaking of style, let's backtrack. Or maybe Rosalie. Maybe. Why? I know everyone has spoken about this once in their life if they've ever watched Twilight, but Edward was, like, so stylish in the other movies, and then he became a dad and just wore, like, sweatshirts and sweatpants. I was like, sorry, that I have a paper in my wall and it just keeps moving because I have my fan on. I don't know. I mean, whatever, like, do your thing. Dress how you want to dress, but still, I was like, girl, what are you doing? The next question is from Leah _ LIA, so I'm assuming that's Leah. LIA _ HAFOOTZ. Again, don't know how to pronounce it, I'm so sorry. And they said, who's your favorite Twilight actor? I like Taylor. Taylor, he's funny, I think, and just nice. Lautner, however you say his last name. I like Robert too. I think he's funny in a lot of interviews. I think he's hilarious. Also, I mean, obviously Kristen, she's so straightforward. I actually also, Nikki, the girl that plays Rosalie, I can't think of her last name, but Nikki, I know that's her first name, I think. Sorry, I had to yawn. I think that's her first name. But I love her. She's pregnant again, so congrats. Yeah. The next question is from someone who wanted to remain anonymous, which I'm completely fine with. And they said, what stood out to you in Twilight? Oh, wait, I'm going to say that one for last. I meant to put that down. They also said, reasons you're Team Edward and not Team Jacob. I think I'm not Team Jacob because, honestly, like, I know that he liked Bella and all that stuff, obviously. But I feel like more as the movies went on, it's almost like he didn't have feelings for her, but more so he just, like, wanted to win. Like, I know that he had feelings for her, but it just kind of seemed like he just wanted to be the better man. Obviously, so that he could get Bella, but I mean, like, it just kind of felt like at that point it wasn't about, like, winning Bella over. It was about being better than Edward. Does that make sense? And I don't mean, like, being better in, like a love language type. I mean, like, he wanted to be stronger, like, hotter, like, he, you know what I mean? He just wanted to be better. Not stronger, but, like, you know. Does that make sense? He also didn't respect really what Bella said. She told him multiple times, you know, I don't want you, which I know she kind of led him on. So I understand, like, him being, like, whatever. But, like, she said, like, I don't want you, like, I want Edward. And he just, like, I'm gonna keep fighting. Which I know he was, like, fighting for her. But it just felt like he wasn't, like, listening and respecting her. And he didn't really, like, he was a little, I guess, a little selfish. Whereas Edward, was very selfless. He, no matter what, it didn't matter if, they were together or not. Like, he said in the tent scene in Eclipse, he was like, I don't care if she's with me or not. I don't care if she's with you, Jacob. As long as she's happy and has a normal human life, I'm fine with it. Because he knows that's what's best for her, and he just wants her to be happy and safe and normal and human. He doesn't want her to be a vampire, obviously. And even though, like, multiple times throughout the movie, she keeps saying, I want to be a vampire, like, change me, I want to be a vampire, I want you to do it, all this stuff. He's like, no, girl, I'm not doing it. Bye. And, quite literally bye in New Moon. But, he just wanted what was best for her. And he didn't want her to be a vampire because he knew what kind of life that meant. And he knew that that's not good for Bella. And I admire that about Edward a lot. And I don't think I realized it until I got a little bit older. And I don't know if I actually, like, if anyone else realizes it. I mean, like, I know people realize it, but, like, I don't feel like people talk about it enough. The fact that how selfless he was. I don't even think in Breaking Dawn, part 1, that he was selfish at all. He wanted Bella to get rid of the baby so she didn't die. And I mean, like, I know that he said, like, oh, we're supposed to be together, like, partners. But I just think in the end he just wanted Bella to live for herself, not even for him. But yeah, I admire that about him. But also, I think Bella and Edward's chemistry is so there. And I don't feel like Bella and Jacob had any chemistry. And I think in New Moon, like, people can use that argument as, like, oh, in New Moon, like, they were... But I think the only reason why that happened is because she was, like, using Jacob in a way as, like, a placeholder for Edward. Which is terrible. Because it's just leading Jacob on. But I think she was using him as a placeholder and just needed someone to comfort her and, like, love her, I guess, because Edward wasn't there and he wasn't doing that. And I love the fact that, like, she always fought for Edward too. Like, literally was going to give up her life to the Volturi for Edward, and he's a vampire. And I just love that she didn't, like, that never phased her. Like, obviously she wanted to be a vampire, but, like, that never, like, weirded her out. Like, even though, I mean, vampires are freaking cool, but even though, like, it might be, like, a flaw or, like, his fault, because he's, like, done bad stuff to people as a vampire, she never cared about that. And I don't know if that's because she loved him or because she wanted to be a vampire or because of both. But I love that she didn't, like, look at his flaws or anything. I just think they're really good together. Madison Wilson 15 also said your favorite movie out of all the Twilight Saga and your least favorite characters. My favorite movie, I think, is Breaking Dawn Part 1. I think. I don't know exactly why. I just love the movie, and I love how a lot of it, as much as I love the vampires, I love how most of the movie was just like family drama and not like vampire drama and like the wolf drama and stuff. Because in the other movies, like, there's like the fighting and there's someone coming after them, and you know what I mean. But in Breaking Down Part 1, it was all about like their wedding, their honeymoon, the pregnancy, like just trying to keep Bella alive. And I just liked how there wasn't like a battle to fight, you know what I mean? Which I know, like, I love the vampire battles, but I just like that it's a little bit different than all the other movies. And yeah, I don't know, I just like it. And my least favorite characters, Jessica, don't like her. James, don't like him. Victoria, I mean, I'm okay with, I think Laurent too. He's a little bit. Sam, he's annoying. I don't know. I don't feel like, oh, Urena, I don't like her either. I don't know if necessarily, I mean, that's debatable about Urena, but I don't know if there's necessarily like a lot of characters that I don't like. There's just a lot of things that they do that I don't like, but like them as a person I'm okay with. So I think that's all of them. I don't know. I don't like Jacob, but I do. Twilight Edits 21 said your favorite characters. Obviously the Collins, the Swans, Leah and Seth. Marcus, the guy that's in the Volturi, he's I like him. Oh, I mean, he's not my favorite, but I like him. What's his name? The guy that was like all over Kate, the blonde chick that like zaps people. The guy that was like calling her a woman and stuff, I like him. He's funny. He's not my favorite, but he's really funny. I like Benjamin too. The guy in Breaking Down Part 1 that like can change the elements and stuff, or like not change them, but I like that he didn't like listen to his parents and he just like did what he knew was right. I think that's it. Yeah. And the last and final question, by the anonymous person as well, what stood out to you in Twilight and what made you love it so much? I think what stood out to me the most was just like how I think one of the reasons was like how they made the vampires, how the vampires were like perceived, I guess, by us. Is that the right word? I don't know. They didn't make them so much like these like monsters that like do all this bad stuff and all this. I mean, they did, but like not really. I like how the vampires don't actually like hurt people, and it's just a lot more of them being like just trying to be normal, I guess. And they weren't seen as like monsters by like anybody, by Bella, but they weren't seen as like monsters, I guess. Like they just like were normal people. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I also liked how they had like powers. I thought that was really cool, or like gifts, I guess you would call it. I thought it was really cool and like a really cool element of the movie. I wish Rosalie got some kind of power though, because y'all already know she would be like so good with it. Like maybe like the one that Jane had, she'd be kicking it. Oh my gosh. Why I like it so much, I just like the love story, I think, too. I like the action, the love story, the funny cringiness of it. I like how no one really gives up, and that includes everybody. Like I like how Edward never gives up on Bella never gives up on him. the family, like the Cullens, never give up on Bella. The Volturi never gives up on Bella and like takes her, which I know they're not like giving up on her, but they all like do everything to protect her, which is like amazing. I don't know. Despite the fact that she's a human. Oh my goodness, why am I yawning so much? Jacob never gives up on Bella. Charlie never gave up on her, even though she didn't see him for like years. Mike never gave up on Bella. Like, everyone just never like gave up in this series, and I loved that so much. No matter what it was, no one like quit, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but I admire that about each of the characters, honestly. Like I said, I love the love story between Bella and Edward. I like how they both fight for each other, even if like Edward knows that it's not right. Like, they still fight for each other, and I love it. Together or not, he just wants to protect her, and I love it. I think it's really beautiful, and I really admire that. Ow, sorry, my hand hurts from holding that mic like that. I really just admire the whole series, and I love the series so incredibly much. Obviously, that's why I have a Twilight account about it. That's all the questions I have for today. I know it was a pretty short podcast. I'm gonna try and talk a little bit, I guess, to make it a little bit longer for you guys. I'm very excited to do this podcast. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see differently next time, what you guys want to see better next time. I know that was pretty short. It's 20 minutes, and I didn't like talk a whole lot. But I feel like a lot of those are pretty straightforward answers. Also, this is not gonna be like, every podcast is probably gonna be a lot longer than this one, because I'll actually have like a lot to talk about and like ideas to bounce off of and stuff, whereas this one, it's just like you just give an answer, you know what I mean? But I, like I said, I will have a different topic every time. I want to do one about like each Twilight movie, like I said, about the characters, maybe about the books, about like, maybe we could do one about me, like talking about my account and like just my journey with this with this saga and stuff like that. Yeah, but I hope this is what you guys want. And if you want more, obviously, like I said, the next time it'll definitely be a longer one. But I think it's kind of hard to just like drag out answers, you know. But yeah, I love Twilight so much, and I love that I have found this community of people in the fandom who love it as much as I do and want to share this with me. It's incredible, and I'm so grateful for all of you guys. And thank you guys all for following me and supporting me for my 8,000 followers. Crazy to me. And for supporting me and also wanting this podcast to be a thing. I think in the future also I plan on like bringing guests on. People that love Twilight, people that have never watched it. I think it'd be really fun to do. And I want to do it, so yeah. I think that'd be fun to do. Maybe we could do like me and a like a follower. Maybe that could be fun. But yeah, I love Twilight so much. I love the movies. They're all just so comforting, and they're so homey to me. They just feel so, they're just like my comfort movies. I know every line of the first movie. I know like lines and parts from like other movies, but the first one I know like every single word. Yeah, I've watched it so many times. That's how many times I've watched it. But yeah, so I think I'm going to make a list of like different ideas. Obviously, if you guys have any topics you want me to talk about, that'll be added to the list. I wanted to make this longer, but I'm trying to think of things to talk about. Let me know in the comments if you're Team Edward or Team Jacob and why. And thank you guys all. Thanks to everyone who sent in questions. I definitely got a few more, but I think some of them were ones that I, like, couldn't answer. I couldn't think of an answer for. But yeah, I had fun doing this. I liked it. Like I said, I know podcasts are usually, like, an hour or 2 hours, you know, at least a half hour, like, a little bit longer than this, but I can't really think of things to talk about, guys. But thank you guys all for supporting me so much, and I'm so honored that you guys want to listen or watch to this podcast. I hope this was entertaining. If you have any more questions for me, not even just about Twilight, it can be just about anything, let me know in the comments and I will be sure to answer them. I'll reply to your comment and answer them. Like I said, don't forget to check out my TikTok, twilight.obsesh. I post content there basically every day. And I'm just trying to always find ways to just grow my account and make better content for you guys. Yeah. I was trying to do some, like, brand partnerships, and, like, brand, yeah, I think that's the word, partnerships. And I was successful with one, but a lot of them I was not successful, so I'm just trying. But yeah, and also I want to put a little disclaimer. Me doing this podcast does not, I want to let anyone know, I don't think I'm famous. I don't think I'm an influencer. I know that I'm not. But I think I have a lot of followers. I have 8,000 followers. To me, that's a lot. And I'm so grateful for all of them, and I appreciate all of them. This has been a fun journey over the last 2 years, with my account starting and, like, growing, and me wanting to just, like, give up on the account because I was just so tired with school and stuff like that, but I still continued to push through and do it, and here I am, happier than ever, I think. I'm also using a Blue Yeti to film, to record my audio, in case you're wondering, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, I'm so excited for this podcast to take off and to start, and thank you all for coming along and listening to this. I think I answered all the questions to my best ability. I guess I also relate to Edward when he fights for Bella, the one that he loves, and just wants what's best for her. Sorry, I'm looking at the questions and I just thought about that. Also, I want to be in Twilight because, like I said, it's innocent and simple, but also, like, I wanted that blue tint, and also I want to play some baseball. Like, duh. I want to play some baseball with the Cullens. I think that'd be pretty fun. But yeah. Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys all for listening along to this podcast. I think I'm gonna try and do, like, twice a week recording podcasts. Well, doing podcasts twice a week, I think that'd be a good thing. Or I can just do once a week, whatever you guys want. But I don't want to do, like, 3 times a week and then run out of ideas. So I think twice a week will be good, but maybe I'll just do once a week. I don't know. But thank you guys all for coming along and listening to the Vamps Don't Sleep podcast, Vampires Don't Sleep podcast. And sorry, this is, like, weird recording time, posting time. Like I said, I don't want to post it late, but I had to refilm it and stuff like that, so yeah, I've literally re-recorded this podcast like 10 times. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I keep saying and like, and I keep just rambling, but that's kind of what a podcast is, and I think I need to, like, kind of understand that, because I keep, like, getting on myself for talking so much, but also, like, that's what a podcast is just, like, talking. But yeah, I don't know, I think this is fun and a cool idea, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I definitely am. I keep saying but yeah, like I said, I love the Twilight series so much. They really just, I think the series is just so clever. Stephanie credit Stephenie Meyer, obviously, for creating this beautiful, amazing saga that a lot of us have come to love and find comfort in and find humor in and stuff like that. So anyways, thank you all, oh my goodness, for coming along and listening. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you know when I post a podcast and how often, because I don't know when I'm even gonna post. But yeah, and don't forget to like and definitely comment down below some things that you want me to change, keep the same, do differently, critiques, suggestions, tips, tricks, whatever, advice. But yeah, I love you guys all so much. Thank you. And like I said, this is the Vampires Don't Sleep This is Vampires Don't Sleep, the podcast. Okay, let's redo that. Like I said earlier, this is Vampires Don't Sleep, the podcast. I am your host, Kay, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!